Welcome to the course for TSQL programming and scripting for SQL Server database administrator and developer. In this video session, we are going to learn about login triggers. Login triggers are those triggers they are fired in response to login event. Okay, why we are using these login triggers? Login triggers are useful in the following ways. Like if you want to restrict the total number of SQL Server connection. So why we will want to restrict the total number of connection, right? Because this will be like if the many user is going to connect with the same application, what will be going to be happen? Maybe it will be count the performance issue because many user has connected. You want like no restricted user has to be connected. Maybe this much, maybe 50 user has to be connected with this database, right? For this, you can write the trigger. Come to the second point, limit on the number of SQL Server connection. You can see the many developer or tester or many user can open the multiple of connection to run the query or perform their own work. What will be happen? Because of this, simply it will be take the memory and because they have already created the multiple of session. That is not good. And some of the time they will just open it and they will leave it, right? So you can give like 1% can create maximum 2 session because they will create the multiple of session and multiple of work they will start. So of course SQL will able to perform this activity, but some of the time this is also cause the performance issue. And some of the time people will face the blocking because they have already opened the session and leave it. But you want no one people can create only one session or one user can create multiple of three sessions. So for that, this is totally depend upon your environment, right? So if you're in infrastructure that going to be allowed to connect the user with multiple of sessions, then there will be no problem. But if you want to restrict, you will able to restrict it. These things don't try into the production environment. You can use your test environment, and then you can, or in your local laptop or your home, you can try this. Don't even try this thing as a practical in your production environment. Don't try, even I will tell you, don't try this login thing in your office system also. You can use this practical in your local laptop, and after that you will be sure then you try to creating the login trigger in your office or in your office laptop, testing office laptop like that. Because if something goes wrong, nobody will able to log into the server. That is the main problem. Okay, come to the next. Allow user with specific client application to connect with SQL Server connection. So if you want my SQL Server, if any user can connect only with SSMS, then you can also restrict it. Like if you want to connect with the SQL Server, there is a many ways. You can connect with the PowerShell, you can connect with the commandlets, you can connect with the SQL Server, you can connect with the third party application. So you can connect with the SSMS. So there is a multiple of ways are there where you can connect, but you want your connection should be happen only through the SSMS. Then also you can restrict it. Coming to the next part, if you want like no user cannot connect on this specific time because these are the production environment is business hours is there for this production environment. You don't want nobody can connect into this time, so that also you can do this activity. Like just example, like if you have some maintenance work, right? So in the maintenance work you can create it, no maintenance work can perform in this time window, right? So you can particular user you can give or particular connection you can give, right, on to this, and you can just allow the connection for those user for a specific time window. That is also very very important. Like you have seen it, right? Whenever they will go for the database maintenance, they will put in the single user mode like that. There will be multiple of things is there. So same way, if the production environment is there, if you try to do some work also, you will not able to do. So it is depend upon your, like if there is the requirement, like a specific time window you don't want to allow or you want to allow in this time for this particular user or particular group also, that you can do from the login trigger. If you want to track the login activity, what it is going to be perform means login activity means login is successful or login is failure is happened, and you want to track into the some other database, that also you can do from the login trigger. If you want, like my this system will connect with some other system, right? Like you can see many times what will be happen, anybody can connect with SQL server feed with any specific ID, but you don't want to allow those things. That also you can limit use in using the trigger. So we will start to the practical session, and in the practical session we are going to learn how we can restrict the total number of SQL server connection. So in SQL server, by default, there will be unlimited connection you can do from the SQL server. There is no restriction by default, but you can do the restriction using the trigger. So instead of going with I will type the command. So for the typing, I will copy and I will paste this. This trigger is for what? This trigger is just for limiting the any user, right? So I want any user. It is not like which I have connected. So it should be, I want maximum 4 connections should be happen. So for that, I will just close my all window. So what we have done, there is one command that is called exec_session. So if I'm going to run this command, let's see what is the result I will going to get. I have executed it. So you can see this is going to give the all connection, whatever connection it is making, right? So that's why session, whatever there will be multiple of session. Maybe it is the related with your system connection or user connection. For in this case, you can see there is a 2 connection. It is created by me, and my login ID is Linebo, right? And I was trying to connect with SQL Server Management Studio. So if you want to see the login name, you can go here and you can see this is the Linebo, right? This is my system name. So you can see this is that. And if I will go to the host name, you can see this is my host name. So I can say this is the connection. And there we are going to filter where user process is 1. So I don't want the system process. I want to filter this from the user process. So if I will go run, it is going to display me the just 2 connection. So if I have opened the 1 connection, why it is showing the 2 connections? So you can see here 1 connection is your 55, that is this, and 53 is this connection, which one you can see into the left side. Okay, in this we are going to create the count. If you want to create the count, so what you have to do, you have to just type select count star. So this time it is going to give me the connection is 2, and I want to limit it just for 4 connection for the any user. I'm not saying just for individual, for my login only. I want any user. If anybody is connecting through the SA, so just I will check this AVC connection, or somebody is trying to connect with SA, or somebody is trying to connect with their own SQL account, right? So this every total count is SA. Here I'm not telling you, or I'm not mentioning that particular user. It should be any user. Either you have connected through if you have in your organization A, B, C, D, 4 employees there. So I'm talking this 4 count is adding this all 4 people, either A connected, either B connected, either C connected, or either D connected. So that's why we are going to create this trigger. So I hope you understood this select count is star, and from sysdm_skid.session is going to give you the number of count for the user process. And if this count is going to increase by 4, okay, greater than 4 means till 4 connection should be there. If it is 4 connection, then only it is going to work on this. And if it is greater than 4, that's why we have written here if condition. If it is greater than 4, what it will do, it will go to the begin block, and it is going to print the SQL Server instance connection maximum then 4 connection failed. So you are not allowed to connect with this. Already the session having the 4 connection, and if this condition is not to fail, then it will come out of loop and you will able to connect. So very simple things. So I will execute it, right? So now my this command has been executed successfully. So let's see now here. So I am trying to open one more session. So already 2 session is there. I will try to open one session. So now my one session I have opened, and I will try one more session. So now you can see 4 correction till allowed. Once I will try to open it one more session, it is I am getting the error login failed. This due to the trigger execution. So what I will do, I will just close this all window again. This one I only created a session. So once I only created, so it will created by my login only. I will try to log in with some different login. So I will try with SA login. Let's see. So one session it is created by this. I will try to connect with this is that SA login. So you can see it is failed. So it is showing again like because maybe there is the 4 connection is happened. So it is not allowing you to connect with that, right? ABC. I will try again. So you can see it is not allowing due to the trigger execution. Same thing if I will go for SA. So trigger execution is now trigger is going to be executed and it's not allowing to connect with the any connection. Okay. So now, so there is again one more problem is there. We will see if we are getting now, then it is fine. If I will not get, then okay, now I have stopped that all session. So one thing, if I will go now here, I will try to disconnect this, right? And try to connect whether we are able to connect or not. We are able to connect. We are able to connect the session also, but it is going to be failed because I think it is taken the 4th session. So I hope you understood. Like this, you will able to limit the connection, and this limit for the any user, not for because 1 2 this is the 3 session and there is a 4 session. So it is just for any user connection it is taken, right? So I want now particular user can create the 2 session or 3 session. This time we are going to learn into the next video session. There what we want limit the number of SQL Server correction for particular user. I have not written here for a particular user, so you can add it here. So particular user means if I'm limiting the user for the 3 connection, right? So if I have 3 user available for the SQL Server, so how many connection if you can create? 3 for user 1, 3 for user 2, 3 for user 3. So total 9 connection we will able to create, right? So any user can going with the more than 3 means 3 2 he is going to create the 4, it is going to fail. So that one we are going to discuss in the next video session. Please watch to the my next video session. Thank you so much for watching the video.